Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about free fall and acceleration due to gravity. They are the topics in chapter gravitation. So before understanding what is free fall, we have to learn about some things which we have already studied in previous classes. The first is friction and then drag. Friction is a force which opposes motion and it is retarding force, and unit is Newton, like this. Every force has the same unit, which is Newton. Now drag is friction exerted by fluids which are liquids and gases. It means when anything moves in liquids or gases, that also experiences a friction, and that friction is named as drag. Now, linear motion. It is motion along a straight line. In this linear motion, we studied speed is equal to velocity and distance is equal to displacement. This was studied by us in chapter motion. Now this linear motion can be of two types. Can be horizontal and vertical. Horizontal moving along this path, and vertical either going up or coming down. So this is vertical linear motion. Now you have seen vertical linear motion is again of two types, upwards, and this is downwards. After understanding these things, we can move on to understand free fall. See this. It is a system isolated and it is filled with water. Second system, it is filled with air, and this is a third isolated system. It has vacuum in it. Now, if an object is dropped in this object is dropped in this medium, so it is going to fall due to its weight or gravity. Weight and gravity, they are same, because weight is a force with which the earth attracts any object towards it. So gravity is the gravitational force due to earth. So when it is falling due to weight, but due to water it will experience an upward force which is called drag. Drag will stop its motion which is falling downwards. Same here, if it is falling in air, weight brings it down, but drag pulls it up. So these forces, they will become unbalanced forces. But in this case, it will fall only due to weight. Here no drag will be there. So I write here no drag means no friction, means no external force. So this will be the case of free fall. So free fall, object is falling towards earth only due to its weight or due to its gravitational force of earth, which is called gravity, and no external force is present there. So we write its definition. When an object is falling towards the earth only under the action of gravity. Gravity is gravitation due to earth, or we can write weight of object, means object is falling due to its weight only, and we can say due to action of gravity, and gravity is gravitation due to earth. In absence of external forces like friction or drag. So this is the complete definition कि when an object is falling towards earth and only gravity acts on it and external forces like friction and drag are absent, in that case the object is falling freely. So this is free fall. Now in free fall we will see whether acceleration takes place or not. In first chapter we had read acceleration is rate of change of velocity. When velocity changes, there is acceleration. So we will see velocity will change during free fall also. First, I am explaining you what is acceleration. Acceleration is denoted by small a. It is rate of change of velocity that becomes v minus u upon t. So this was acceleration where v is final velocity and u is initial velocity and t is time taken. Unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Remember the units, meter per second square. Now see object falling from height. This is the height. Object is placed here. When it starts falling down, its initial velocity is 0. But when it is near the ground, velocity becomes maximum. It attains a maximum velocity when it is about to touch the ground. It means we see velocity is increasing and we can say velocity is changing. And whenever change in velocity is involved, there is acceleration. Hence, during free fall, object experiences an acceleration. So free fall is accelerated motion. And just to differentiate, this acceleration during free fall is called acceleration due to gravity. So this is called acceleration due to gravity. It is denoted by small g. Here acceleration was a, but here it is small g. Now its definition, it is very simple. Acceleration produced in a freely falling object. When an object is falling freely, the acceleration produced in it is called acceleration due to gravity. Now its unit, that will be same as that of acceleration, which is meter per second square. Now it is falling, but when it is thrown up, what happens when we throw up an object? While throwing up, now we are throwing an object in upward direction. Object is here and this is its final position, which is maximum height reached. When we throw it, we will have some initial velocity. Without providing it some initial velocity, we cannot throw it. But as it goes up, its velocity keep on decreasing, and at this maximum height, final velocity will become 0. So while going up, velocity is decreasing, and when velocity is decreasing, then again acceleration occurs, but that acceleration is retardation. Retardation is negative acceleration. So during free fall, g is taken as positive, and when we throw it up, g is taken as negative. You have to remember this. When object falls down, g is positive, and when it is thrown up, g is negative. Now after understanding this, we are moving on to next part. First we will understand what is mass and weight. From that we will reach how to calculate acceleration due to gravity. I am writing mass and weight. By definition, mass is amount of matter in an object. Unit is kilogram and it is constant everywhere, and it is scalar quantity. These differences you have studied in first chapter also. I am telling you here again just to remind you. Weight is a force with which an object is attracted towards earth. So weight is a force. You can write weight. Now you have seen the definition of weight, which is a force with which an object is attracted towards earth. This definition you can write in another way. Weight is force of gravitation on an object due to earth. It will be the force of gravitation acting on an object due to earth. So again you can write another definition. It is the force of gravity acting on an object. I think this is the smallest definition because gravity is force of gravitation on an object. So we have understood it is force. Unit of weight is again Newton, as it is a force. We have seen unit of mass is kilogram, but unit of weight is Newton because weight is a force. It is variable quantity. It varies from place to place. Weight of an object can change from one place to another. Next it is vector quantity. These are the differences between mass and weight. Now we will see how weight changes from place to place and what is the relation by which we can find acceleration due to gravity. For this I am rubbing this part. We have seen weight is a force, and by second law of motion, force is equal to ma. As the weight is acting in downward direction, at that time the acceleration will become acceleration due to gravity. So we will change A by G. So this becomes F is equal to mg. And what is this force? This is weight. So we can write this is equal to weight. So whenever we are asked about the weight of an object, so we are going to multiply its mass with its acceleration due to gravity. Make this equation 1 by universal law of gravitation. Force was equal to G m small m, where m is mass of earth and this small m is mass of object, upon r e square. Why it is r e square? This is earth, this is its center, and this line is radius of earth and object is placed here. So this distance between this object and its center is RE. That's why I have taken RE here. Mark this as 2. Now we have seen we have got two forces, 1 and 2. Equate them. Equate 1 and 2. So what will we get? mg equal to gme upon re square, and this is m. Cancel m from both sides and we will get g equal to gme upon re square. So this is the expression by which we can calculate acceleration due to gravity. This derivation is sometimes asked as establish the relation between small g and capital G. Sometimes it is asked in this form and we have to write complete derivation. After that, we are going to study about factors affecting acceleration due to gravity. There are many factors which affect acceleration due to gravity, but we are taking some basic factors only. Factors affecting acceleration due to gravity. The first factor is, see here, it is mass. It is mass of planet or any heavenly body. If you want to find out acceleration due to gravity on other planets, so their mass will be a deciding factor. Second factor is radius of that planet. ये दो फैक्टर हैं. These are two factors on which acceleration due to gravity depends. Here we have seen this acceleration due to gravity is independent of mass of object. It means it does not depend upon mass of any object. If you have two objects, mass 100 kg and mass 1 kg, and they are falling, then they will experience same acceleration due to gravity and will take same time to fall from same height. It means if two objects are dropped from a height, same height, then they are going to experience same acceleration due to gravity and they will take same time to fall from that height, but this will happen only in vacuum, because you have been told acceleration due to gravity is acceleration in free fall, and free fall occurs only in vacuum. Now next part, variation of G. Variation of G. Sometimes back I told you कि weight of an object changes from place to place, और weight में क्या था? Weight is equal to mg, mass remains constant and weight changes. It means acceleration due to gravity is changing. So we are going to understand how and where acceleration due to gravity change. First we are discussing about poles and equator of Earth. You all know Earth is not a perfect sphere. Its shape is not perfectly sphere, so it will have two radii. One is radius at equator and the other is radius at poles. It is quite visible to you that this radius at poles is smaller as compared to radius at equator. So I am writing radius at poles is smaller than radius at equator. In the formula you had seen G is inversely proportional to r square. This was the formula from which we get g is equal to indirectly proportional to 1 upon r square, and the formula was gme upon re square. So I am writing it re square. It means if the radius is more, acceleration due to gravity will be less, and if radius is less, this will be more. So here radius at poles is smaller, hence g at poles will be greater than g at equator. Hence we have seen g changes from equator to poles. The things will have more weight at poles and less weight at equator. Now next part, acceleration due to gravity has maximum value at surface of earth. G has maximum value at surface of earth and keep on decreasing as we go up, and also keep on decreasing as we go inside the earth. At center of earth, acceleration due to gravity becomes 0. But as we go up, when going up, G keep on decreasing, reaches nearly 0, but cannot be 0. You have to remember this thing. When we go up, be at any height, acceleration due to gravity can never be 0, but it will be very, very small, which is comparable to 0. That is nearly 0. You can understand these things by the formulas I am writing here. G at a height, when you go up, so this becomes gme upon r plus h square. This is the formula for acceleration due to gravity when you go up. You can put any value of h here and you will find g can never be 0. After that, g at depth, when you are finding this, so this will be the relation which you get. G at surface 1 minus d upon r. This is the relation. Here you can see as d becomes equal to r, depth becomes equal to radius of earth, this whole equation will become 0. Hence, at center of earth, acceleration due to gravity becomes 0. But at any height, it will never be 0. You have to remember this thing. Now, we have seen how value of g varies, and with g, how weight of the object changes. Now we are calculating the value of acceleration due to gravity on surface of earth. For this we will be needing the values of mass and radius of earth. We have got the formula this formula we have got for calculation of G. Mass of earth, radius of earth and value of G. This we should know. Mass of earth is this much kg and radius of earth is this much meters, and value of G, it is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11, and its unit is this. When you put these values in this formula and calculate, you will find G comes out to be 9.81 meter per second square. For simplicity, we can take it as 9.8 meter per second square. But if you are rounding this value, so this is nearly equal to 10 meter per second square. So while calculating, we can use both these values. But if, remember this, but if you are not told to use 10 meter per second square, then you are going to use only this. So this will be used when you are told by the question. When the statement tells you that you can use 10 meter per second square, then it will be used. Otherwise, you are going to use 9.8 meter per second square. Now, acceleration due to gravity on moon. The formula will become G mm upon Rn square, where mm is mass of moon and this is radius of moon. Mm is 7.4 into 10 raised to power 22 kg, and radius of moon is 1.74 into 10 raised to power 6 meter, and value of G is constant. It remains same throughout. That's why it is also called universal constant of gravitation. When you put these values in this formula, you will find G equal to 1.63 meter per second square. So this is acceleration due to gravity on moon. By comparing this value and this value, you can find acceleration due to gravity on earth is equal to 6 times acceleration due to gravity on moon. You can write like this also. Gm is 1 by 6 Ge. What is the impact of this? From this we can see weight of object on earth will be 6 times weight of object on moon. Means if on earth you are having 600 Newton of weight, then at moon you will be having 100 Newton of weight. लिख देता हूं मैं यहाँ पे. If it is 600 Newton, so this will be 6 into weight on moon, and when you calculate this, weight on moon becomes 600 upon 6, that is 100 Newton. Remember this. This is the relation between G on earth and G on moon. Now we are going to understand some significances of this acceleration due to gravity. Significance means where it is used and what happens. First, you have been told this, that every object will experience same G and every object will take same time to fall from same height to the ground. If two objects are falling from same height, they are going to take same time and they will experience same acceleration due to gravity. Second, when an object is falling, its velocity increases by 9.8 meter per second every second. Understand this? Object is here. Initial velocity is 0. After traveling for 1 second, its velocity here will be 9.8 meter per second, and for another second it will be 19.6 meter per second. So what you are saying, after every 1 second velocity is increasing by 9.8 meter per second. Third, when the object is thrown up, its velocity decreases by 9.8 meter per second every second. Understand this? You are pushing an object in upward direction. Initial velocity is, let it be 19.6 meter per second. So after 1 second, its velocity will be 9.8 meter per second. Again after 1 second, its velocity will become 0. So you are saying that after every second, velocity decreases by 9.8 meter per second. After this, fourth, you have also understood this. G is maximum at surface of Earth. G decreases as we go up, but never becomes 0. Never becomes 0, and G decreases as we go inside the Earth and reaches 0 at center of Earth. So at the center of Earth, weight of the object will be 0. So these are some significance of G. From this G we can see these happenings. And now weightlessness. Weightlessness means zero weight. When this zero weight is possible, first at center of earth, and second is only during free fall. These are the only two conditions where weight of the object becomes zero. Let me explain this. During free fall, the weighing machine and object are falling with same acceleration, that is g. So when both the objects are falling with same acceleration, the reading on weighing machine will become zero. The reading on weighing machine will be zero. So these are only two cases of zero weight. In 11th class, you will learn more about this acceleration due to gravity. You will be learning about the derivations for acceleration due to gravity at height, acceleration due to gravity at depth. Again, you will be solving some numericals related to weight of an object in lift. What happens when lift goes up and what happens when lift comes down. So these things you will study in class 11th. For 9th class, this is more than sufficient. Hope you have understood this. Thank you very much.